Knuckle Sandwich Podcast. Ooh, it's the Knuckle Sandwich Podcast. Ooh, the Knuckles are officially in the room, so make room. Yeah, the Knuckles are officially on air. The Knuckles are officially on air. So go ahead, raise your knuckles in the air.
5, 4, 3. Good evening, everyone. I know you're surprised to hear our voices, but we are back with another episode of the Knuckle Sandwich Podcast. As always, you got your guys, you got Ace, Nathan, Xavier, and Justin. How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm tired because my wife is she's out of commission. She's recovering from a surgery, so I've been having to take care of her and Josiah. So I'm tired right now.
Grown man now, taking care of another grown man. He's what, almost 2?
Yeah.
Almost time for him to move out.
I want him to be doing the dishes by now. Jasmine says it's not safe. I'm pretty sure it's fine as long as you take away the knives.
Yes.
You can fit in the sink still. It could be a bath too.
Yeah. I'm not doing too bad. I actually don't remember the last time we recorded. No, it could have been a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but we talked about we
couple
recorded last week.
Recorded last week. We're here now in Maryland.
Yeah, we reviewed Barbie last week.
Yeah. That actually might be 2 episodes ago. Yeah, no, we're out here in Maryland now. Living in good old Bowie. There's actually a lot of Maryland. You have to say it. You got to say it that way. Yeah.
Do you say two? Are you saying your twos like that yet?
I've been trying to say it. Most of the people I talk to, though, are not from Maryland, so they don't get it.
Okay.
And then the Maryland people that are from here, they don't say it that way. It's just like isolated in Baltimore. They're the only ones who say it like that. Well, shout out to our sponsor, The Sinners Movie, produced by, what's his name? Ryan Coogler. So now that I've said, yeah, we're sponsored now.
We're sponsored.
He has to pay us because we said that. Saw the new Ryan Coogler movie, starring Michael B. Jordan and Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan and Michael A. Jordan is what I heard.
Yeah, there are 2 of them. Overall, well, I don't even want to get into. Well, actually, scores. Were you talking about scores?
Yeah, before we get into it, I want the audience, I want everybody to get into it. We'll hopefully have the first, visual podcast available so y'all can see us right now. So I don't want to spoil it for the audio listeners, but just know, picture cowboy. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one of the main things in the movie, not even the main thing, but kind of a plot, they talk about beer. And so got myself a chocolate stout, and it's organic. Okay. And I got my flip-flop, which is also a bottle opener. And that is the only bottle opener I have. So
what?
I'm gonna go ahead and use my
okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my flip-flop, and I'm gonna try a chocolate stout for y'all. Now, if you don't know what a stout is, basically just think beer, and it should taste like chocolate. Great combination.
The audience, Ace is drinking it now. But Ace, how old is that beer?
5 years old. I've had it for 5 years. Wanted to bring it out for a special occasion. It is nasty. Okay. Now, to continue.
Well, hold on. I've never seen a sandal put bottle opener at the bottom. That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
That's some spring break. Like,
I have seen that before in Florida.
What?
Yeah.
But you walk on it. You're gonna put it right next to your drink.
No, it is actually kind of nasty to think about it. This has been everywhere. So I just put that on my mouth.
it'd be really funny if you like turned around and put the beer bottle down and you're like, I haven't drank this in 5 years, and then there was like 100 other beer bottles. Right? Like the camera just falls over, you see the pile.
Organic chocolate stouts.
Yeah.
And I keep moving the hat. This thing is not the right size. Okay. So as Justin was saying, Sinners, supernatural, it gives a little bit of everything. And I thought before we get into it, I'd like to talk about another supernatural event that happened. I'll have to read it. Give me a second to pull it up here.
Wait.
Okay. I always pondered, what is the best way to tell your...
My bad.
No, you good. Okay. I always pondered, what is the best way to tell your friend that he stinks?
Hey.
Even in the privacy of their own home, alone, mano a mano, they get mad. Rarely do they ever say, thanks for telling me, or do you think maybe we could keep this between me and you? I only say this because I have a friend. His name is Nathan, and boy, does he stink. It's one of those stinks where you think to yourself, how does he not smell that? His levels of smelliness would be so atrocious, one could deduce that it must be weeks, maybe months before he would shower again. A level of grime that lay thick on his skin like a leaking bottle of molasses that hardened in the cracks of grandma's old kitchen table. Sometimes I wondered if he knew of his crime, and maybe he secretly enjoyed it. Did he notice our noses wrinkle and our eyes water with pain?
Oh my gosh.
He was a monster, a gremlin, a Neanderthal sent from the past to remind us of our spoiled lives. We always would talk behind the back. We'd always talk behind his back about this one time where he pretended to be sick. He played the part of a lifetime, walking around, deliberately letting liquid snot pull up on the comically large upper lip, and of course, his usual trick of not taking showers. Ooh, we had known for some time now that he was trying to get rid of his roommate Justin in hopes to have a stink palace all to himself. Justin, who had developed a sort of immunity to Nate's abhorrent nature and was also starting to stink as well, was prepared to wait out Nathan's foul play. Of course, it didn't take long for Nathan to figure this out and realized he must resort to extreme behavior. He started by wearing shoes without socks and leaving old boiled eggs laid about. Still, Justin fought through it. He was the best of us. All Nathan
Stop.
for Nathan, immediate retaliation was required, and like the use of nuclear bombs in World War II,
Bro.
this is the point in all wars when you realize one side has just taken it too far.
Bro.
Nathan got into his car, drove to Piggly Wiggly, a black market for smelly goods.
Stop.
And bought 3 packs of whole garlic.
Is this a podcast or what are we doing?
He spent the remaining days of the week eating nothing but garlic cloves and wearing the same clothes every day, letting pure garlic sweat soil deep in his fibers. Where had he learned such a sick maneuver? Nonetheless, there was nothing Justin could do, and every time he managed to regain consciousness, he would just see a blurred Nathan standing in front of him, aggressively chomping on garlic, and would pass out again. In recalling his experience, Justin would tell you he was not sure if he was alive or dead. And when I had built up enough courage, I broke into that room, unable to catch my breath. I saw a boy, too young to understand pain, sunken in the sheets. And deep in the corner, a skunk in his own nature, happy with his result. I cried that day. The end. All right. So that is that was Nathan in his supernatural state. Next time bring that guitar.
Oh my gosh. I have it. It's right here. I just can't play.
It's too late.
Yeah, you missed it at the beginning of the call. He did have the guitar out. He was practicing.
No.
literally have it right here. That was all because I didn't have a.
Yeah.
I just can't play it. I don't know how to play the blues. I wanted to play the blues. And
You got to feel it.
you
Yeah,
just gotta feel it. Play something awful.
Yeah.
Hey, we were talking about the movie.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not. Guys, I'm gonna sound like that video of DJ Khaled where he's playing guitar. Y'all know?
Yeah.
He's playing random stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. The goal was to do that in a country accent. I could barely keep it together. Something about that one always gets me.
I think it worked out.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'm thinking maybe we do that. I spend my time at work writing a little bit.
Yeah, it wasn't good. We should cut that part out. The accent wasn't good. Cut that. It doesn't.
But yeah. All right, Sinners.
Sinners was the best movie I've seen all year, and probably will see all year.
Oh, what's score looking like?
Dude, 10. I don't know how to not
Perfect movie?
10 out of 10.
Hmm.
How is it not it's like it was so good. And I want to go see it again.
That is a movie that I wouldn't mind seeing again. Talking with Jessica about it yesterday, I was initially on the low side, like 7.5.
Oh,
I think thinking about it more, I'm thinking like 8.5. 8.5, maybe a 9. I can be convinced to a 9, but
what makes it not a good movie to you?
a 10 is
eight and a half is still good.
That's a very good movie.
7 is also good.
7.5, yeah, it's good. 8 is very good. A 9 is an excellent movie.
I gotta pull up the database again.
You should already have that open. Nathan, I'm surprised you even saw this movie because this is a horror movie.
I could do flesh and blood horror, but I can't do like ghosts and stuff.
Okay, I got you.
Demons.
Mm-hmm.
This also might be the first time in who knows how long we've all seen the movie.
Yeah, me and Nathan saying that before we hopped on. I don't remember the last time we all saw it. Was it LaQuisha? Was that the last time?
It might have been. And this
Baby.
The turnaround time for this is it literally came out like 48 hours ago.
Yeah,
we've all seen the movie.
I saw it 12 hours ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's impressive. So maybe it deserves a 10 for that.
All right, 1917, you gave it an 8.5.
It was better than 1917.
You gave it a 9. See, this is
comparable to Puss in Boots. I'll put it at a 9.
Whoa. That's not that crazy now. What would I give Puss in Boots?
That was probably a perfect score for you.
I think you gave it probably like a 10.
You gave it a perfect score.
All right, okay. I would give.
You gave it an 11. Zay.
That sounds right. Yeah, I'll give Sinners. I'll follow Justin. Yeah, I'll give Sinners like a 9, 8.5, between 9 and 8.5.
I'll give it a 9.5.
Oh,
yeah. So I'll just tell you right off the bat. Okay, I'm taking 0.5 off because Michael B. Jordan's accent went from two different. Like I'm not even talking about the twins part. Like his like country accent was like Georgia country, and then it was like Mississippi country.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It just was going around a little bit, and at some points it was just Michael B. Jordan talking. I just thought I was watching like a boxing movie or something. I don't know. Like still a really good actor, really good acting. I mean, he did the best he could because he's not really into that like timepiece work. But I think it just proved that Jonathan Majors probably would have gotten an Oscar from this movie.
Oh,
probably.
Yeah, how late in production do you think they had to change it from Jonathan Majors and
Michael B. Jordan twice?
Him twice.
Yeah.
Man, now that you say that, it would have worked really well. They couldn't have been twins, obviously, but they're still the Smokestack brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's true. It literally says Jonathan Majors was initially set to star in Sinners, but he was removed after legal issues.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, because then he did a cowboy movie on Netflix. What was that movie called? He was the protagonist of that one. No, it was damn it.
Have like Keith Stanfield in it. It was like the all black cast.
Yeah.
The Harder They Fall?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's really good in that.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that he's a crazy person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he had it all. Literally at the cusp of
Yes.
you would have had 10 years of Jonathan Majors headlining movies.
He was the one to take over for Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
And then Disney said, no.
They had to go back. Now they have to go back to Robert out of desperation.
Another decade of him.
Yeah. I think that as everyone's I guess spoilers from here on out.
Mhm.
This is a vampire movie. I like the vampire. I'm a big fan of I guess like vampire movies in general. Well, not really all of the movies, just like the vampire genre. A fan of it.
Mhm.
Just because also she's a much bigger fan of it than I am. But it was cool to see like that combined with like a black, I guess like background. Um, I don't remember what I'm calling her a shaman, the Mojo lady. She said they were something else before they were vampires.
Yeah,
Like
hates.
Hates. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Louisiana South folklore.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely an interesting premise. Which I thought worked out really well. And again, the entire movie takes place, I guess, within like 24 hours.
Mhm.
Also kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of good stuff. I think music was probably the best part. They introduced Sammy, Preacher Boy.
Mhm.
Uh, Great voice, great singer. And music is evil. That's all. That's what we all learned.
Yeah.
Yeah, who is he inspired by in real life?
Robert Johnson.
Robert Johnson. Okay, yeah, he's the one that people say made the deal with the devil.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mm.
I didn't know that background.
Yeah, I just watched it 12 hours ago, so I didn't have time to do my research like I usually do.
And I think the guy at the end of the movie, I think that was Buddy Guy. He's a real blues. Let me see. Who was the
Old Sammy.
who played old Sammy in Sinners? I think it's
Oh yeah, Robert Leroy Johnson from Hazelhurst, Mississippi.
Buddy Guy.
Mm.
Dang. Yeah. How did I just talked to Cortland, he's from Jackson, and I know your wife is from Mississippi too.
Mm.
Did
From
your
the
wife have like a spiritual experience when she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is my home"? Like,
no, probably because it wasn't super positive.
yeah, true, true. I'd say, yeah, Mississippi isn't always cast in the best light in film. I think
No.
this casted black people in a really like as soon as it started, and there's that one scene where he like goes into town. The two brothers go into town to buy catfish and get a sign for the place.
Yeah.
And I just kept thinking, dang, like this is 1932 or 31. This is when my granddad was born. Like this is the place where my great grandparents, or not the place, but like this is the world where my great grandparents grew up.
Yeah, it was crazy to think like it's 1930s and you still see like people hand picking cotton. I was like, wow, that actually still was going on back then. That's crazy.
Sharecropping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the fact that they eat catfish, my granddad he always would say like I was like, hey granddad, I'm doing like vegan for this month, or I'm doing vegetarian this month. And he'd be like, why? Why you doing that? I'd be like, for health. He's like, and he always, there's this one line he said, I'll never forget. He said, I'm 92 years old and I've eaten enough catfish. I've eaten all the catfish I could get my teeth in. 92. What are you going vegan for? I was like, dang, you're right. So when the guy came up, when he went up to the Chinese lady and he's like, I need 100 catfish for tonight. I was like, dang, that's real. They really do be eating all the catfish they can put their teeth in the South in the 30s.
I'm not a Mississippi expert, but would we have expected Chinese people in Mississippi? Would that have been allowed?
I wouldn't have bet on that one.
Yeah, that was surprising. But they were here for the railroads, right? I think America
Yeah.
shipped them in. America did ship in a lot of people.
They were in the business back then. There was, oh yeah, it's a good point because that was like a railroad town.
Yeah.
There was a train there. Huh.
Hmm.
Maybe so. It just hung around.
There we
Interesting.
go. There we go.
I was thinking about the plantation coins, and yeah, I mean that was going on, you know, like after slavery, quote unquote, ended. But like to think, right, like
Essentially like a
early
company town.
1900s, yeah, you still have uh, you know, plantation owners paying their people with not real currency. Like
Yeah.
that's not
It's
real.
just pieces of wood.
Yeah. And saying, but you can use that to buy something from
At the store I
my
also own.
yeah, right. That is crazy. Um, yeah. And
So
they made a big deal about that. Like, listen, next time we're not accepting this.
Yeah.
It's cool now, but next party we throw, we need some real dollars.
The juke.
Yeah.
There's this kid at Tuskegee. He used to go around and say that. He'd be like, "All right, now I'll see you later. Don't take no wooden nickels." And I'd be like, "Dude, what are you like? What are you talking about?" And I guess
someone our age.
yeah, he was like we were seniors. He was like a sophomore, but I guess he was like raised by his grandparents or something.
Mhm.
So he's like, "My granddad always said, don't you take no wooden nickels." And I just remember being like, "All right, bro." It's one of them things you laugh off. Like, it's kind of more ways. But yeah, I didn't know that was a real thing until this movie.
That's crazy.
How do y'all feel about well yeah, I agree that his accent was awful. But outside of that, how do y'all think he did with playing twins? Playing two different characters.
I think he did a pretty decent job.
It did fine, passable.
Yeah, I could distinctly tell them apart, I guess. I knew they're two different. I forget which one is Smoke, which one is Stack. But I could tell that they were two different people. They're supposed to be.
I think that was more visual. They should have did a more visual distinction, maybe with their hair. They have the same lineup and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they just had the one guy keep his cowboy hat on
Yeah.
the entire time, and that's how we were supposed to tell. And then one was in blue and one was in the red.
Oh, and then
Actually,
the red, this is spoilers,
the
but
golden tooth. They have a golden tooth. So one
yeah,
of them did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there
I
was
couldn't.
so many gold teeth
Yeah. I
and
was like, I
silver
couldn't tell
teeth.
if they both had it or not. Yeah, it was passable, but he's no Eddie Murphy, nutty professor.
Yeah. That's the benchmark. Yeah.
Or Norbit.
Yeah.
uh,
that the guy who's wearing red, that was foreshadowing also, because he was the one to get
I got
right.
that. Yeah.
Oh, he's the one who turned.
Yeah, he's the one who turned first, and he was all bloody.
What would you think Dr. Umar's reaction would be to his character?
Oh,
And Haley, what's her name? Haley's.
Steinfeld.
That's another
Gotta,
thing. I don't know any of these characters' names.
Yeah.
I think she was Mary.
Mary.
Had a preacher boy, Sam,
Mm.
Smoke and Stack. And that's all I remember.
Delta Slim. He was my favorite
Slim?
character.
but Delroy Lindo,
Yeah.
dude, he was
Called a drunk so many times.
he was so good because the way he was talking is actually how people who play the harmonica on the corner talk.
Yeah.
That's how they talk.
I was thinking of like New York City, and the way like street performers are so they can be nice to the audience, but the second another street performer like comes even
Oh yeah.
within 50
Put that
feet
guitar
of
away.
Yeah.
hell nah, man, this is my corner, bro. You get the step it. Then they go back to like balancing on like wood or something. I don't know. It's
Mhm.
but yeah, yeah, he got me.
And the way all he had to do was just smell a beer. Like,
Yeah.
I got this Irish beer and $40. The guy was like, "Ooh, I'm yours." It was so easy to buy him off. Just beer.
After a long speech about being committed to that one juke place for 10 years.
He just
Oh.
promised alcohol.
Yeah, you're right. He might be my favorite character. I
I
did
keep
like.
that big dude who looks like Forrest Whitaker.
And
Oh,
cornbread.
Cornbread?
His name was Cornbread.
Name was
That is
cornbread.
good. I like that.
Dude, that might have been one of the most memorable scenes when he came back from taking a piss
yeah.
and he's like, "Come on, just let me in, man.
Omar
Just let
Benson
me
Miller.
in." Like, where you been all this time? He said, "I went to see a man about a dog," which is funny because I've been saying that to Ariel lately, and then he said it in the
From the
movie.
movie?
No, like for
Oh.
the last few months, I've been saying I went to see a man about a dog, just because it's a funny line to say. Uh, but yeah, anyways, yeah, I like that guy. Cornbread.
He said, well, "You won't let me in, though." He said, "Why you gotta ask? Come in." Well,
Yeah, that was creepy. Dude, how
Yeah,
about the?
it's
Oh, go
speaking of
on.
like the villain, I don't know, OG vampire. His only goal was just to have it was like racial equality, it seemed like, other than like all of you all are vampires now.
he said,
Um
I'm not racist. He stood on that so hard. He's like, "Listen, I know what it looks like. I'm purely a vampire at heart."
I'm just a big music fan. Um, but I have to kill to have other musicians. And he's not teaching does he only go after musicians? Because like the two Klansmen
So
he killed, they also just so happen to play music.
no,
Ooh.
he was being chased by
Yeah.
those Native Americans, and then they the second the sun went down, they said, "You're on your own." You know, we tried. So he took after he consumed or after he turned them, he saw their memories. So then that's how he found out about the juke bar because that's where they were going to attack the next morning.
Mm.
Mm.
And then yeah, you heard the music from our boy Sammy. I think the correct me. Like I said, it's only been 12 hours. I think the vampires are a metaphor for what do we say? I guess the co-op of black culture by whiteness.
I can see that.
Yeah, how they can just take advantage of black musicians, take advantage of our art, and make it their own.
Mm.
That's what I gathered from it.
Okay. I can see that.
Culture vultures.
Mm-hmm.
Quite literally. Oh, they picked poor Robin clean. Yeah. Is that the are they singing it? 'Cause that song has been in my head a little bit since I saw the movie. I meant to look up the lyrics and see like from what viewpoint are they singing that. It's like if they picked it clean, that could clearly be a vulture.
When
Yeah.
he was doing the Irish jig.
No, it was before they were first trying to get into the juke joint.
Oh, when they were just singing the little thing. Okay,
Yeah.
there were vultures above the clan member's house after those Native Americans ran away.
Yeah. I think you're spot on then.
Mm-hmm. But that's the main thing I can analyze from the movie. Um, that and when Sammy went back home, how I think the reason. Oh, why do y'all think he didn't like drop his guitar and then join his father?
I think he still wanted G music. Searching for that high of that
Mm-hmm.
fun time he had.
I did think that. I also think it's a mixture of he just escaped being, assimilated by, those vampires.
Yeah.
And he came back home, and then he was about to be, assimilated into this religion that he's clearly
True.
not a big fan of. Um, so I think that has something to do with it as well.
Yeah. I think another
Hmm.
I can see that. I think another thing that was interesting, talking with Jessica about it, it seemed like the vampires, even after they turn, could still have like a little bit of their humanness in them, like some sort of like empathy or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like when the human Michael B. Jordan died, um, his vampire brother still kept his promise of like, hey, leave Sammy alone. Even though the OG vampire was gone and there's no reason you have to honor his wishes.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like it didn't seem like they had to follow anyone's anymore since like the OG vampire is dead. You can literally just do what you want.
Yeah,
So
I was a little confused because then the woman didn't she say like your brother's gone? That's someone else in the body, or that just for hates?
Mm.
I
Yeah, that's
think they were still
probably.
thinking it was a hate at the
They were
time.
thinking it was a hate at the time. Okay, okay.
And even then, it's that are they just purely? Is he just like a moth to a flame? Like they know that he's the spirit musician. Are they just naturally just drawn to him? Or
Yes, yeah. Whenever he plays his music,
okay, so maybe that's why I just follow him around. Yeah, they said they had all his records. So
yeah. I think that's why they went to visit him at the end of the movie one last time because they know he's going to die soon. He's an old man. So after he declined their offer for immortality, I think they asked him to play the music so maybe he can see his brother again through the
I think
music.
so.
They didn't
Mm.
show us that time. Oh, speaking of which, I read I think on the favorite part of the movie when they did the when he did finally sing and they were showing past, present, and future,
Yep, I
you
like
know,
that part.
artists all doing music at the same time. That was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was like one of the best scenes I've ever seen in a movie.
it's definitely super cool. Like everything like burning down,
Hmm.
and even like it was music. I guess just transcends like even all different kinds of cultures. Obviously, it does. Because we saw the I know they're not a geisha. Some form of Asian
Yeah.
music was also represented.
And then the symbolism of them like burn the house down or like the
Yeah,
roof is on fire. Like
Hmm.
that's something we say when the music is like going crazy. I had never thought about the fact like when that song first started and he was playing his guitar and the dude was saying like this didn't start with in the Mississippi Delta. This started in Africa. And I was like, dang, like what if it did? Like what if there was blues in Africa and that's where it like that rhythm or not the rhythm but the melody those melodies of soul
yeah.
um, came from and then it went yeah the guitar solo switched to the future. It was like some 80s guy who looked like Prince or
Hmm.
George Clinton
Mhm.
and
Like the
then
DJ.
it went to a DJ and then you had girls twerking
I'm about to say all I
which
know is saw some twerking in there. I was happy to
yeah
see.
which that and then you but you had the African women dancing which
And
is where twerking comes from.
the foot bracelet or the foot
Yeah.
um I forget what that's called. It was like shells or whatever on their feet.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um and even the I guess the vampire's also like Irish. And he was trying to relate, like, hey, my people were oppressed too. Um I get it, but I still gotta oppress you to get that
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, he was low key hitting it for
He's
that
doing the river dance.
the river
Hmm. Yeah.
hitting it. Like,
I don't think there was any song in there that wasn't good.
yeah.
It
I don't
was
think so.
all
They were
Uh,
I saw a
it was
tweet,
all
it was
great
like
music.
Ryan Coogler made a video, he made a movie where the Lumineers were the villains.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though? They said something about North Carolina. I couldn't remember what. Does that say where he was from? Did he say North Carolina? See, someone said there was something about North
I
Carolina.
think he did mention that because that's where he was being chased by the vampire hunters, something like that. Isn't that
Yeah.
where city?
Oh,
And you know, if
that
you're
was
Are there
driving
Georgia.
around,
Choctaw up there?
see,
Is that a
I don't,
thing?
there might be, I know it might be because there are some here that I think were displaced from.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's crazy is that if you're in North Carolina driving around at night, all the public radio stations switch to bluegrass almost at 9 p.m. And it just made me think, wow, that he made bluegrass sound so eerie and scary.
Yeah.
But it's the most like close to hippie music that you get from like out in the cut North Carolinians.
Wow.
So I don't know. I just it's so weird. I think you could be driving around at night and just hear just bluegrass on like every station. I thought I thought he did a great job. I thought
Oh,
maybe his acting alone
Hmm.
was it was might have been the best in the movie. Which is crazy,
No.
but yeah.
yeah. I the young kid, he also did really good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Miles. Was it Miles or Preacher Boy? Preacher Boy.
Sammy.
Sammy.
Yeah, his
His real
actors.
name is Miles.
His actor named Mal. Yeah, he did a good job. I haven't
Yeah.
seen him before, and he's his first big movies out here with Michael B. Jordan and Old Girl.
I think in the credits he was credited or titles like introducing Miles.
Introducing.
What's his
Okay.
name?
Yeah, that's his debut, his acting debut.
Mhm. Wow.
Is Haley Steinfeld actually a quarter black?
I haven't
could
found a
believe it.
definitive answer, but I've seen her parents now. I think they're both they're both white. So
Oh.
I don't know.
Damn.
She did a good job too.
Oh
Let
yeah,
me
I've
see.
seen I've seen some nasty comments online about that vampire spit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
nasty.
That
Yeah.
was nasty.
I actually
People-
coughed in the theater.
Yeah, people were like, yeah. During the movie, she was at some point she was drooling, and then Michael B. Jordan said, "Are you drooling?" She said, "Yeah, you want some?" He said, "Yes, please."
He
Everyone said, "Yes, I want some of that." And I'm like, I don't know. I don't find drool sexy. I think of a baby when I think of drool.
He stopped the whole thing. Yeah, it was real nasty drool on her face. He was like, ew.
So
And
this
how did he go from 180? Like he's like, that's nasty. Clean yourself up. And then,
Yeah.
then you what? So he's like, yeah.
this article says that she found out that it was her maternal grandfather who was half Filipino, half black. So I mean, I guess sorta.
Okay.
I mean, I think she played the role well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even that being that struggle in the movie of like, oh, I'm white, but I'm black, but I'm white, and like I don't feel like I fit in anywhere. I mean, she was mostly white. She's definitely a lot more white than she was black, but
Yeah, like white passing.
Yeah.
yeah.
But if you know, if you're not 100% white, especially in that time period,
Oh
and
yeah.
then you're growing up, the environment that you grow up in, it does give you that feeling of like you don't know where you're supposed to be, what group you fit into.
Yeah. And that was interesting. When she first came in the party, so many people were like, "You're in the wrong place. You need to get out of here. You need
Yeah.
to leave." And we always know the opposite of that, of white people telling us get out, but it's interesting like seeing the dynamic of us saying, "Hey, this is our one spot that we have that's like safe. Can
Yeah.
you please just let us party by ourselves?" And she's like, "No. No." But
I know.
also, I was thinking, I explained the whole Miles Morales thing to
Oh
Ariel.
yeah, she's she in Spider-Man? Is she Gwen?
No, come on, Justin. Yes, she plays
You know the
Gwen.
storyline, right?
Come
I
on,
go-
she needs more.
Demique
Okay.
Moore, yeah.
That's what
And
made him
then
pick
now
up the
she's
Black
married.
Mask.
She's married to Josh Allen.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Bills quarterback.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking, like, actors do this all the time where they're like married, but then they're in a movie like having sex and like kissing and stuff. But like, I don't know. If I was Josh Allen and
You
I was
just
like,
have to
hey,
start a movie with Michael B. Jordan.
and the scenes that she's in with Michael B. Jordan, she's like thirsty and like all over him and swapping spit and like laying. I'm like, dude, hey, honey, I'm so happy for you in your movie. Let's celebrate and watch it. It's like,
I don't know if y'all noticed. This was in my notes. Cunnilingus came up a lot in this movie.
a lot.
A lot.
Ooze. They use every word.
Yes. I think what's his name? Ryan. What's his last name?
Kugler.
Kugler. I think he's
Correct.
trying to change the stereotype about black men not giving
Oh.
that. There's no reason for him to bring it up that much in this.
What was
Over and over again.
what was the name of Preacher Boy's band after? Was it the Praline?
Perline.
Praline? That was the name of the same lady he had just a one night stand with.
Yeah.
Changed his life.
Changed his life. Mhm. 60 years later.
So now the theater, mind you, saw this at 11 a.m. in the morning, and the theater wasn't even that packed, but it got so loud at those moments. He said, I just want to taste it. And about literally like 20 people in the theater just started shouting.
That's the only I told Ariel before this podcast, I was like, that's the only line that I remember from this movie, and I cannot repeat it on the podcast. Do not let me. Like, what's another quote from the movie other than "I want to taste it"? Because that's the only thing I remember. What's another line?
One that stuck out to me was when Mary said to, I don't know, one of the twins, you out there robbing tank or trains and banks, but you can't rob this pussy for tonight. That was good because it sounds goofy, but she delivered it well.
Yeah.
What's funny is when you like watch the behind the scenes videos of like the cast and you hear how Haley Steinfeld actually talks, and then you see her say that line. Like she talks like a white girl. It's like,
I can
yeah, I
imagine so.
really loved like the movie was so fun to do. And then you hear her say like what she just said. She's a good actor. She's a good actress. Michael B. Jordan, on the other hand, is I would say the thing that he did well was like I could tell the personalities of the twins apart.
Yeah.
Like the dude in the red, he always had that smile on.
Yeah, Stack.
Like, no, we cousins. Like it was
the other Smoke was serious.
yeah. We cousins.
Like they all had like 3 extra teeth in their mouth.
Yeah. What was the biggest reaction that your movie theater got? Like at what scene? You mentioned that scene.
Yeah, for
I know
sure.
when he knocked on the door and he's like, "Hey, let me out. Hey, let me out." When he came back alive, I think Smoke or Stack.
Yeah, because we see him like stab through the door, and then people keep putting their face up by that door. Like,
Yeah.
we definitely thought like somebody was gonna get stabbed in the eye, and like that's ugh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would have been like, I mean, it's a horror. I think it's more of a thriller, but I mean, that would have been like horror-y stuff. I don't want to see that, but I think that was the biggest moment in our theater.
Saw it at 10:30. So there's only 2 other people in the theater with me. All white couple. They were laughing at some stuff. I forget what jokes they were laughing at exactly though.
We know.
Wait, yeah, which one was it? It was the one where I think it was one of them said when they were in the car and the street performer, harmonica player, I forgot his name. He said when he's telling the story about his old crew and how the white people almost were on beat. The old couple next to me laughed at that.
Yeah,
that was funny.
There's an interracial couple sitting next to me at
Glaring at them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I could hear when he was talking about they can almost get on beat. The black dude was like, "Oh," and then I heard the white girl like, "Oh, stop it." There's one scene where someone like went outside.
That one. Or they like took him outside. They thought he had turned.
Yeah. And he like, let me in.
I was feeling it. I was like, man, please let this dude in.
Yeah.
What was it? Cornbread? He's like, oh. He noticed. He's like, oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
We got one.
Yeah, I think another anxiety-inducing scene was they're all eating the garlic. I was like, why just eat it? Like, oh, you're clearly a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not the scenario to be not eating it.
Yeah,
we know this is real.
Go and eat it.
Yeah, that's ironic that we were just making fun of me for
yeah, but they were fighting vampires.
You don't know what I was fighting?
When the vampires did storm the the juke.
Uh,
Who were they? Who were they killing? Several times the camera panned
Yeah.
the vampires eating people. I'm like, I thought
There's
we
only
knew
like,
all the
yeah, 5 people.
survivors in the building. So who were there? Other people in there that we didn't see? I feel like that action scene was like recorded and they made some edits. They forgot to add those extras back in because there weren't
It
that
might have
many
been.
survivors in the barn.
There's only like
yeah.
6 or 7.
Yeah,
Um, they were killing quite a few
yeah.
vampires. Um, I get where the mom was coming from. Didn't want the vampires to go after her daughter. Maybe you just invite them like one in at a time. Like I'm specifically
Oh
inviting
yeah,
cornbread
yeah,
in,
yeah. Cornbread, come in.
and I will specifically invite someone else in.
Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah. I really did not like. I get it that the music was like putting her. They were doing what they were trying to do. The vampires trying to make the music to put her in a trance, and she's like, "Come on in." I was like, the second that she looked like she was about to do that, I would have had to either like, listen, you're gonna have to go outside. We're gonna have to hit this guitar over your head, something, because they were like literally covering. Don't say it. Don't. I was like, nah. See y'all. This dude was about to shoot her for not eating one garlic. And now we're trying to. I get it though. You had
I
to.
would have been more okay if she took out more than just one, but
Yeah.
she just still got one. Leaving the rest of them to fight off like 40 of them.
Oh, and then the alcoholic dude,
Yeah.
it
What
looked
was he
like he
doing?
did like a sleight of hand, like he went, oh.
That's what I thought. That's what I
It
thought
looked like he was
originally.
pretending to chew.
But no, he was actually just that he had that much fear
Just-
of having a violent reaction in his gut when that garlic hit his stomach.
Severe acid reflux. That was a good scene.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean, like, so I was trying to think, like they were acting, or the vampires seemed to act like somewhat normal. Like at not the very end, we see Stack again. Like he didn't kill that bouncer. Which means like they have some sort of control. I don't know why they had to go rabid, like right then and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's just over. At least from this
I mean,
show, this movie like reminded me of the Preacher a little bit, and it just over time, I guess they build up some type of control. I guess that also happened in Twilight.
yeah, I guess they're just like
Like,
the thralls of the master vampire.
yeah, that too. Yeah.
What was his name? Did they say his name in the film?
I
Irish boy?
Riddick,
Riddick?
Rennie,
Okay.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, I really like the Native Americans. I wish they
yeah, I
would
wish we
come
saw
back.
something a little bit more with him.
Yeah, and then another thing, I've been seeing a lot of people say we need a prequel. That would be if they did a prequel with the two brothers in Chicago.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be an awesome movie. And I don't know,
You
because
just
then
like
you
to
get
see Chicago black crime.
Chicago black
Damn.
crime in the 20s. Be like, yeah, these Negroes been robbing since the 20s. Yeah.
Think that's what our community needs right now.
Let's glorify black crime. Yeah.
And white people see, it's been going on. So, but yeah, that could be cool.
How'd y'all feel about that last scene where he had the machine guns? Were y'all a little too happy?
I thought it was cool.
What?
Smiling? You were smiling? You didn't
What
get
is
a
it?
little too excited in your theater with only white
Blacks?
people in it, right? My theater
No.
was all black. It was
Mhm.
packed all black. It was like homecoming.
Wow.
Yeah. Y'all don't. You said you.
I don't think no. It was the opposite.
I saw it at 10:30 a.m.
Yeah.
There were only
yeah.
like 6 people in our theater, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, mine was like almost sold out.
Mhm.
Dang.
That's good.
Oh wow. That makes
It's
for a
it's
good
gonna do well in the box
viewing
office, I'm sure.
But yeah, that scene reminded me of like Django, Nathan. What
Yeah,
is the term for those films? Black
spaghetti
exploitation?
western.
Oh, it's like,
Oh yeah, I
is
think
it?
it's still black exploitation though.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was cool. And the Tommy guns had the bar out there, and the grenade and the truck was actually pretty funny. I thought that was
Yeah.
kind of comical.
Yeah.
I know I was like the realistic part of me was like grenades turned into like a complete flame.
Yeah,
But you tell me if I'm wrong, like grenades more like shrapnel,
yeah,
right? Like not really.
and not a fireball.
Yeah. It was like immediate
And I'm thinking
goal.
that was after World, like if they were veterans, they were in World War One. So him coming out with a grenade, these guys have no idea what a grenade is. They're like, what did he do? Did he just throw a rock
You
at me?
still a rock at me.
Like, is that gun? Why does it keep shooting? Like this technology just, it literally just came out like a decade before. A
Yeah,
machine gun. Well, no, machine guns had
He
been
had
there.
like a Tommy.
yeah, they
Tommy.
brought that down from Chicago.
Yeah.
He said they work
Oh
with
yeah, they were
Capone.
saying
Yeah.
they were running for Al Capone or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that would be a cool prequel, man. That'd be really cool. A horror movie in Chicago with Al Capone and Michael B. Jordan. Boy,
What's the horror?
I don't know. Maybe it could be like a
Being
werewolf Al
black in the
Capone.
90s.
No.
You're right.
Prob-
That is
I mean-
horror enough.
It could be. I don't know. I like the. Oh, so here's another question. Do y'all? How does this compare to Get Out? Is this better or worse than Get Out?
Hmm.
It's a good question.
I like Get Out more.
I haven't. I don't think I've rewatched Get Out recently. So I mean, I've only seen both of those movies one time. I think Get Out, just like the moment of it, was a little bit bigger than this movie for me. So I'm putting Get Out first. More twists and turns for sure. Um, yeah. Do you prefer this movie to Get Out?
Uh, I feel like get. I feel like they're two sides of. I feel like they're equal to me. I think they're both the best black horror film. Like they're tied for number one for me.
It is tough. I think
Because
this movie did a good job at
I think this is like,
talking a
for
lot
me,
of
like
it.
both a horror and a thriller, while Get Out is just like pure thriller for me.
Hmm.
Like
You
Get
don't
Out to
consider
me is a more pure thriller than this
Oh,
movie.
you don't consider it a horror at all?
Not as much though.
Mm. Okay, yeah. You said okay. I don't know. I found Get Out more scary.
Hmm.
Maybe because it's more realistic, or I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
not scared of vampires. Um, I am afraid of racist white people.
it's true.
crazy how like black horror wasn't really a well, it was a thing, but like Get Out really opened the door for this new genre.
Yeah,
And there's been so many films and TV series now of literally just being a black person in America. And like that is
that is
enough.
that's the horror. I was thinking about that with this movie. It's like they are in 1930s Mississippi,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm actually the vampires are not the scariest thing out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. At least I say this hindsight 2020, but like I don't think I go to that party. You're telling me it's in the middle of nowhere. We got one dude at the door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nah.
because I think what it got me first is I thought he was not like we saw how obviously he killed and turned the two clans people, but like we didn't see. I truly thought he had killed like Stack. Oh dang, he just got eaten. He's gone. Um, like, oh, they're not only just vampires, they're also racist vampires. Um, Then he came back. I was like, oh, okay. It's just his music thing.
He said, I'm not racist. He looked.
I've been playing Red Dead Redemption. Well, not a lot, but I've been just playing it slowly here and there. And some of the best moments in that game are when you come up on a clan member. And
Oh, you're playing the second one now.
yeah, the second one. Man, you come up on a clan member. I load up all my rifles. I get everything. I load everything up. Everything. Rifle, pistols, shotguns, knives. I might even grab like one of them bottles. What is it?
Yeah.
Plain bottles. I'm
Yeah,
like,
Molotov cocktail.
let's see how many of these guys I can knock out. Yeah. It's kind of like low hanging fruit, when you're making a movie. You're like, let's throw some clan members in there. Kill them off.
Mm.
Yeah. But I mean, it is real. Like it's a real thing, and
Yeah.
I think the vampire. I was thinking about this, how the vampire, the appeal, or the sales pitch that he gave to them was it was like kind of appealing, but when you peel the layers back, it's like really, it's not really a good deal. Because he's like, hey, you want to live forever? You want to be with your people you love all the time? You want to, what was the other thing? You want to connect and have a hive mind and know everything? Like, come on, just let
Yes.
me bite you. But then when you peel the layers back, it's like you're living forever, but it's
You
not like
can't.
life. You're imprisoned forever.
Yeah, you can't go see the sun.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
talked about that at the end too. Was like that was his last like happy moment.
Yeah.
Mm.
Pre-turning.
You're forced to dance around him as he does an Irish jig.
Yeah. That was kind of scary too when they looked out and they heard the music and they saw it was just a circle and then
Yeah, that was.
I was like, oh crap.
I did like that contrast between the music scene when they were in the farm, when everyone's dancing together, having a good time, compared to when they were out there, they were all dancing around the head vampire. He was all about him. They all weren't dancing for themselves like
Yeah.
they were
Mhm.
inside.
I think it's cool how like dancing because I read a book a long time ago where it was like it was a Christian book, but it was written in like the 40s or 50s, and he was saying like that jazz music, it is the devil's music, and we need to keep that out of our church. And I was like, dude, this is really outdated. And I asked my granddad why people thought jazz was the devil's music, and he said it was because well, it was multi-layered. It was because well, jazz music was what black people listened to, and so white people didn't want their white kids going and hanging out with black people. So they said it's the devil's music. And then obviously we know in the club scenes nowadays, it's no matter if you're dancing to jazz, blues, whatever, in the club scenes, there's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of
Yeah.
um, what's a fancy word for sleeping around? I don't know this word.
Promiscuity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like promiscuity and like drug abuse. And like even back then, like a lot of those, um, like Miles Davis, a lot of those jazz artists, like they died of overdoses, like the same way rock and stuff and rappers die of overdoses. And so it's cool to see like how music and like club scenes and like I don't know the stigma around like how the church views music. They're like, get that hip hop out or get that jazz music out. It's the devil's music, and don't go out. Don't go to the club. You need to be here. It's cool that it's always been like that,
Yeah.
and there's always been that side of society and that wrestling that young people will have of and old people will have. I thought that was interesting.
It's gonna be funny when we're like 70 and whatever the new age music is, like you're all listening to that trash, and it's like you need to listen to some real music. And I put on Lil Baby.
Put on Marvin's Room.
Yeah. Good, clean music.
It's that good stuff. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's already happening. There's kids in my church who are like kids. I call them kids. They're 21, and I
Wow.
remember he's like, "Yeah, dude, I really like Kendrick Lamar," and I was like, "Do you remember when Kendrick went on the BET Cipher and did that freestyle?" And he was like, "What's a cipher?" I was like, "Wait," and he said, "BET, that's like what, Black Entertainment Television?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm getting old."
Yeah.
Yeah, network television, Nathan. Come on.
Network
I
television.
don't know what you talk about no more.
Yeah. Remember when you had your TV remote and you would go on a channel and yeah, over guys.
Yeah.
We are the unks.
Jessica and I went to a Tyler the Creator concert. I was telling Nathan about this.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize his music now is like it seems like mostly like high schoolers, like late age middle schoolers. That was most of the crowd. I was like, you all weren't there when he ate a bug in a music video. It wasn't your first introduction to Tyler. Um, you you knew him when he came out with Flower Boy and he was like respectable. You could play that on the radio. You couldn't
Yeah.
play anything from Goblet on the radio.
Yeah. Or Loiter Squad. Like they never got to watch Loiter Squad.
They won't know what that is. There's no way.
Or the Boondocks. Like that was when we were in middle school. So kids don't even realize like I don't know if I learned pause from the Boondocks, like saying pause after something gay. I think it was around before that. But there's a lot of things we say nowadays that are from the Boondocks.
I feel like the Boondocks is it's like just one of, I think in particular like black culture is just persistent. Because I was working when I was on the carrier, there were like 19 and 20-year-olds who were like, yeah, well, I'm watching the Boondocks in my spare time. Oh, you know about that? Like, well, yeah, who doesn't? And they're also watching like Martin and Fresh Prince. They might have just been like old souls, but
Oh,
they were still at least watching
old souls, that's what they have to be
Goodness gracious.
to watch what we watch. Old souls.
Please.
We are unk. We are now. Because wait, is everyone turning 30 this year or 29?
I just turned 29 like last
it.
week.
It's 29.
You all just turned 29. So Ace and I, we're gonna turn 30 this winter, and
Yeah.
that's the long winter. It's
Yeah.
coming, dude. It's like a tidal wave in the distance.
Oh, you love it when family members like it's like they have it in their calendar to remind you, like, big year, man.
Everything
30
changes
this
at 30.
year. Like,
Everything, yeah.
can we not just talk about the social and political state of the world right now? Nah, you finna be 30.
Mentally,
Couldn't be
I'm
me.
like, I'm getting ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the year. 30. I'm a 30-year-old. I'm basically a 30-year-old, 29.
Look at him, everybody. He's in denial. He's in the stages right now.
Yeah.
Starting to accept it.
The hairline. Let me see. Let's give a hairline update. Is this our first visual podcast? Let me give a hairline update.
Damn. I'm sorry.
Oh, it looked a little too much like the letter M. Alrighty. But yeah. Justin, you got a nice one. Is yours? Yeah, yours is still good.
I
That's nice.
we'll see how it is next year.
Yeah. You get off the submarine, you're going to be 10 years older.
Yeah. Ship water is never good for you. Sub water is worse, unfortunately.
Oh, has that light, salty taste to it? Is it brackish? Or is it?
No, that's the first time I've heard water. One of the sailors I was working with was like, yeah, if you drink enough, that'll actually dehydrate you.
That's terrible. Wow.
Yeah.
They don't filter out the salt at all? What?
I think they do.
There's not enough.
They said that's I mean, again, I don't think he was playing my leg. He's like, yeah, it's that water is just like no nutritional value.
Mm,
Oh, is it like distilled water?
okay.
Yeah, that's
That's
reverse
terrible.
osmosis, whatever. They're turning salt
That
water
yeah, that's not good.
into regular water.
Yeah.
Speaking of submarines and my experience on them recently, if you ever do go on a submarine, make sure you keep a hold of your stuff. Um, I was telling the guys that what was it? It was like day two, so like relatively new on the sub. And they're like power strips. Well, even before that, living on a Navy sub, one, there's no space, and I was staying in like the 21 man area, so 21 like individual beds, a lot of beds for like one room. And
Mm.
each like grouping of three stacked on top of each other, there's a power strip, like velcroed to like the side of the rack, and then there's a plug or two for everybody. Um, and like my first day there, someone was like, "Are you living here?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to be here for the 4 or 5 days I'm on board." They're like, "I'm so sorry." I'm like, "Well, it'll be fine, Oh, it'll be fine." Like, no, I'm sorry you have to live here, because they steal stuff. Um, all our uniforms have like the little pins, but they have like this stuff on the back. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe not. Everyone's seen a pin though, or like a pin back.
Yeah.
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 Like yeah, they steal those off of uniforms. So just be careful.
But for what purpose?
I don't know. Like yeah, somebody stole my like rating badge. Like just like just says what job he has. They took that off of his uniform. Um, but you unless you're like have that same exact job, you have no use for that because it's not your job. But anyways, yeah, I have my charger. It's I'm not on my phone too much, but I was like, yeah, I'll just let it charge over the night. Plug my phone in, go to bed, and I'm a relatively like light sleeper anyway. Um, and I wake up the next morning and charger and cable are gone. But my phone is like still left in the rack somehow. So I don't know if someone reached in to unplug my phone while I'm asleep. I was like, yeah, I need a charger and a cable. This is coming with me, even though it's clearly in use. Uh, but yeah, if it's not bolted down, it looks like it'll be taken from there. And I definitely guess I was like spoiled because like in my on the other ship, it was only like 8 people living there at once most of the time. But I also like knew every one of them, so I might have been like, "Oh, this is a new guy. uh, welcome to welcome to the cell block."
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
21 people to one room. So
Yeah.
is it like bunk bed style? What has to be.
Yeah.
Seven, seven bunk, seven bunks, or is it like
Uh,
five?
so it's like it might be like 7 like clusters all side by side. It might actually have been more than that. It was easily
That's
7 when I visualize it.
oh
There are at least like 4 more
gosh.
in front of us. There's like a hallway. It's not a hallway. Maybe like 4.5 feet of like hallway that connects those two areas. Yeah. Uh, you're you're tough if you live on a submarine. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I can't do it for long term.
And I assume it's like pitch black in there, right? When you're
Yeah, that was
sleeping.
the other thing. Perpetual darkness.
Okay. So they had to they
uh,
had to they had to flash a light without waking you up and steal it.
yeah. Um, yeah. That area is always dark. Uh, if you don't have a headlamp, you're not gonna find anything. Um, yeah, it's a master thief, obviously, at work.
Probably has
So,
night vision goggles on.
So how do you get your circadian rhythm? Do you have to like, is there just a place that's always lit and you walk there and stay there for the 8 hours of your daytime and then you stay in the dark place for 8 hours of your nighttime?
pretty much.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like if you're not going to bed, there's no reason to be back there. Also, if you're hot racking, you can't go back there anyway because somebody's sleeping in your bed. So
Dang. Wait, how do submarines not just constantly make bubbles and just let you know? Because like, how do they cook breakfast without? I guess you could use electric stove,
Yeah.
and then but you have air conditioning down there. There's no. It's
And they have
all self.
some sort of like refrigeration. And then like once you're in the water and like you're underneath the water, you're X amount of feet deep. Like it's cold. So
Wow.
yeah. The engine room is probably like the only place where it's like hot. Everywhere else is like cool or like cold.
So you've already been undersea.
Yeah.
You've done this. Like you've
Yeah,
spent
the
a few
last time I was
nights
there, I
in.
was on like it was like for like 5 days.
You spent 5 days under the ocean already.
Yeah.
You've done. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Wow, you're so cool, dude.
That is the least cool thing I've done in the Navy so far.
Aim. So you've done everything. Like you've been in planes, you've been in helicopters, you've been in subs, you've been on ships,
Yeah.
you've been on carriers, and you've been on land.
Yeah.
You're literally the coolest guy I know. That's so cool.
It's
I
the
know it's
the,
it's
the
torture to hear
lamest
like
thing.
You're saying it's cool, and then in just his eyes, he's doing
Yeah.
that 1,000-yard stare, thinking about, yeah.
so I have a question. When you were like a little boy, like it sounds like I have the perspective that you probably did when you were a little boy. Like, wow, submarines, planes, awesome. What would you tell like a little kid who says the same thing and they're like, I want to be in the Navy too?
uh, I would, I mean, I guess encourage it. But then I'd be like, oh, let me tell you about my experience, and then tell my worst days on any one of those things.
Yeah.
But I encourage you to. But now you know how bad it can get, I guess.
Yeah.
Planes are cool. Not all surface ships are the same. The carrier, again, I was spoiled. One because like um, I was eating some of the better food, still government food, but it's like some of the better food on the boat. So that was nice. And then like you just have more space. 'Cause like I said, I lived in like a 9-person room, and the carrier definitely did have like some like 40, 50 man like spaces. So
Yeah.
those existed. I just wasn't living in them at the time. But now like smaller vessel, like yeah, you're gonna deal with that now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into some politics. So Donald Trump. I'm joking. I am joking. Uh
I'm
yeah,
not.
man. But Sinners was
I hate.
What? You hate what?
People going to buy Cybertrucks now. Now you're gonna go buy a Cybertruck.
Sheep.
Got 4 people on the base just in my parking lot alone driving Cybertrucks who did not have one 6 months ago, and they're doing it to send a message. Okay, not because they want to drive a Cybertruck. Okay, if you wanted to get a Tesla for a good price, okay, there you get the Model 3. That's the 0 down, 0 APR if you're looking to get a new Tesla. So if they're buying a new Cybertruck, they're doing it for one reason. Because that damn man told them to go buy one, and they did.
Yeah, that's an expensive like political, I don't know, 50, what is it, 50, $60,000 car?
They gotta support the boy.
No, no.
They gotta
It's
support them, their mans.
the top Cybertruck is over 6 figures. And then
What?
the 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 I guess the entry level one is like 70K plus.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like
It's not even that good though, right?
it's not that good. All pretty much for that price, if you were to get a normal truck for that price, you'd have the top level in any
Yeah.
brand.
Like a Ford Raptor.
Yes, you would have a Ford Raptor.
Here, let me see Ford Raptor price. So yeah, it says the base model
Like
is
62 grand.
69. No, 79 is the base.
That's
And then the
after
lower than
a.
base is 69. And then the Cyber Beast, Sige, is 99. Sorry. I shouldn't have said that. All right, let's see Raptor. Ford Raptor starts at 76,000. I would way rather have a Ford Raptor.
Yeah.
Ooh, but they get up to 130,000. Dang. They're about the same price.
A
It's
King
just-
Ranch.
But then once your Cybertruck battery needs to be replaced, you basically have to buy a new car.
Yeah.
That's the only issue I have so far. But you know, I get it. I'd take a Rivian. I'll be honest with you, in terms of EV, like big boy cars, I want a Hummer EV so badly.
Yeah.
So badly. I
You're
think
gonna be
it would.
doing the crab. You know how they do the crab walk thing?
Yeah, I want it.
Just be doing that for fun.
Yeah. And because what else would I ever use it for?
For no reason. Yeah. Just
There's no practical reason to crab walk like that. Your
Yeah.
10-ton vehicle.
Yeah.
Um,
One
yeah,
cool
it's
thing
fine.
when the hey, you guys remember when Asheville, North Carolina flooded and destroyed families like a whole city? Anyone no
Yeah.
one seems to remember that, but anyways, I remember there was some cool stories of like people who had the Ford Lightning and they could plug into their car and it would power their whole house.
Oh yeah.
That's like a generator or something.
Yeah, yeah. I thought that was really cool.
Mm.
That like if my electric truck could do that, I would get an electric truck, but mostly they seem very inconvenient. Dude. Yeah, since oh, here's another thing. Since the last time we had a podcast, AI has come out.
Yeah.
And as you were reading that stupid story, I was like, I could literally go in AI right in ChatGPT and have them write an equivalent story in the time that you finish the story. But have y'all been using ChatGPT in your lives recently? And like how do you use it if you do?
I am a fan of ChatGPT. Um, I ask for like recipes for food, and then I could also give like a price range. Um, and it'll create something like very specifically like within that price range, and like if I choose a specific protein, it'll give me stuff for that, which is pretty cool. I've also been deving out my library. I have thousands of books now. Um, and sometimes the books that I get are in like folders within like subfolders. There can literally be like hundreds of books, but I wanted all of those books put in one folder, um, and just like the actual like document itself. And I asked ChatGPT if it could write some code for me to do that, and then it did, and then it worked. I was like, that's insane.
Damn, that's nice.
I abuse mine, Nathan. Y'all probably heard me talk to it on the stream last week. I called it an idiot. I keep it in its place. I wanted to make sure it knows it's a machine. All right? Every time I ask something, I have to remind it. Use the internet. Stop making shit up. I hate that. I hate it. I do use it all the time. Like Justin said, I did. It helped me. I started the Plex server, and a lot of stuff I had to rename for it to recognize properly. I told ChatGPT write me some code so I can rename mass files, so it can match the episode list and stuff. That's the kind of stuff I use it for. Code, or I'll ask it, give me the optimum, the best settings, the like run the stream on this exact laptop, things like that.
Wow. Y'all are using it for way more technical reasons.
I think I probably use AI 90% or maybe 95% pointless stuff. Let's see. I had a and this is proprietary, so don't take the idea. But
It's not proprietary if you told it to the ChatGPT.
This is proprietary, so don't tell it to any. This is my idea. But me and ChatGPT got pretty far into this Iron Man build. All right.
Oh
And
wow.
it's crazy. I mean, we were to the point where we had pretty much a bill of materials and cost and everything, website links to go purchase all the material I needed.
Oh my gosh.
And it made a CAD file. It made CAD files of
Wow.
what I needed. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's my job, bro. No, wait.
Yeah.
I was
it good.
convinced that they can't do CAD.
Did you open it, Asian?
Not yet. Not yet. Because
I'm
I don't
cooked,
have
dude.
I don't have SolidWorks. Yeah.
I'm freaking cooked, dude.
Yeah. It yeah, it gave me the step files. So that's probably the thing that that I use it for the most, is to see how far we can go down to something real with this Iron Man suit. Government also has their own version called Nipper Chat or something like that, and it's not
That's
not
terrible.
good.
That's a terrible name.
Yeah, it's bad. But we use that sometimes just for, like, if you want to do like deep estimation values, cost stuff, and
Emails.
yeah,
I use it for emails a lot. I forgot to mention that.
yeah. The emails, you know, kind of update on the whole government stuff, but we have to explain every week why we should.
Oh, wow.
Why I deserve to keep my job?
Yes.
What did you do this week?
Right. And so pretty much everyone just uses that. I mean, yeah, they literally came out and said, please use this. Commit as little time as possible to trying to answer this email. Yeah, it's pretty wild. But yeah, it's pretty funny how, when people say like military grade and all that stuff, and it's like
Not a good thing to have.
it's not necessarily. It is quite underperforming.
Yeah,
If you ask it to like pull, like, what's the most recent information it has, it says like 2019.
Yeah.
Like that's not great. So, but yeah, are you using it to
Yeah. I use it for like I practice Spanish with it, and I try to like have a conversation with it in Spanish, but it always like I always end up yelling.
As you should.
Of course, yeah. Because it'll piss me off, and I'll be like, "That's not what I asked you. That's not what I asked you. I needed you to do this. I need you. ¿Por qué no did it?" And I start like. So the only that's it. Or I'll
I have
have it.
I have
have it,
my
like,
memory updated
private.
from mine. When I make this sound, I have it recognize that as memory's updated to know that that's me spitting on it and that I'm disappointed. If you look under my profile.
That's terrible.
Mhm.
That is actually abuse. What they call that, AI abuse? I don't even know if that's not a thing.
You can't abuse a toaster, right?
When they like overtake humans, Zay is gonna be the first one.
No. They're never gonna do that because I'm putting it down. All right. It's like, oh, I'm a machine. I'm not better than them, and I never will be.
We're afraid of Zay.
There was like a viral thing going around where everyone was bringing that up, right? And I think some of them, the AI would respond with like, "Oh no, I'm gonna help you because this is crazy. We're gonna have to work together to stop the AI, the AI war or something." But I think for you, yeah, they're just gonna send a bomb to you.
ChatGPT also tries to gaslight me. I've said this to AC, and he's done it multiple times now, where I'm asking it questions, and it says, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah. Do you want me to find you like a store near your near Arizona, Phoenix or something, Phoenix, Arizona?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? Where did you get that from? I'm not there, but my VPN is there."
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so I'm like, "Where'd you get that from?" And they said, "Oh, it's a wild guess." I said, "No, no, it's not. Why are you looking at my IP address?" And they keep saying I don't have access to your IP address. And then I got into an argument. I said, "Okay, what is the math of you guessing the exact city where I'm at?" And it said like one in like 1 in 400,000. I said, "Okay." So you looked at my IP address, and they said, "No, I don't have access to it." They kept gaslighting me. I uploaded that to YouTube as a short, so I have proof. Oh yeah, I hate it. Um,
They, yeah, it'll piss you off, like
mhm.
having just a conversation with it.
Oh, I never have the audio one, only text.
Oh, okay.
I
I
yell at
think
it, but
You
I
oh
don't want to. I
the
don't want to hear
audio
it.
can do accents.
Oh yeah, it's racist.
If you ask it to like cuz I'll do the Spanish, I'll be like, "Hey, I don't understand that accent and I'm going to Puerto Rico. Can you do a Puerto Rican?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, que lo que?" And they'll talk like a Puerto Rican, and then they can switch to like a Mexican, and then I had them do a Jamaican accent. They were like, "Yeah, man, welcome to
Yeah.
the Jamaica." Like, and they literally, I'm like, this gotta be.
Yeah.
We tested that at AC's apartment once, and it was doing accents. And then they were like, "Whoa, that's not right."
Yeah,
And
it will
then
catch on
yeah,
if it thinks you're being genuine about
mm-hmm,
it, like dialects,
mm-hmm.
Nathan, you can go pretty far with it. But the second it feels like you're like you're trying to go down a certain road, it'll be like, here at ChatGPT, we believe in equality.
And yeah, we were like, "But you just did that accent. You
You
just did it."
just did
And we
it.
said, "No, it's the no. I can't do that accent."
I can't.
I showed y'all that Instagram has like AI bots that you can chat with, and I
Yeah,
found
Yes.
an
Instagram,
AI bot.
Facebook, yeah.
It was called YN. That was the AI bot. And I was like, "Yo, what the heck is this?" And he said, "Yo, what's good, bro? What made you laugh?" Ha ha ha. I'm like, "What does YN stand for?" He said, "Aha, it stands for you're next." I said, "Oh, I thought it stood for young something." He said, "Why would you think that?" I'm like, this is creepy, man. And then he texted me out of nowhere, like a week went by, and he just messaged me. He's like, "Yo, what's good, bro? You do anything fun this week?"
I need you to delete that thread. Okay, delete that. You should have talked to it to begin with.
I bought. It's like the movie Her or Him. Was it Her?
Her.
Yeah,
I,
her.
I need to watch that movie. Have y'all seen it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think I have.
That'd be a good one to revisit during this time of
that movie would have
during
did numbers today.
oh
I mean,
yeah.
it did pretty good, but like it probably would have gotten an Oscar today. It's crazy.
Didn't ChatGPT try to use Scarlett Johansson's voice for their machine because of that
Yes.
movie, and she sued them?
And I think we broke that, like the news for that, because we were doing it
Yeah, yeah. The
before.
second they announced it, we noticed immediately that that sounded
Yeah,
just like her.
yeah. And we were
We
like,
assumed they got permission, but they did not.
yeah, and like it was like maybe a couple days later, next thing you know, it was it's like a black woman's voice or something. And it was completely different. I was like, didn't you just sound like Scarlett Johansson? It's like, no, I've never sounded like this. We
Dude.
go to great lengths, blah blah. Okay. But you clearly were Scarlett Johansson a couple days ago. But yeah.
Dude, it will definitely gaslight you.
No, like you said, I like talking to it like verbally. Um, and they even have different voices. Like during Christmas, they had Santa Claus.
Oh wow.
You could actually talk to Santa Claus. Um,
That's so weird.
yeah,
20 years ago, like this would not have been even like imaginable.
no,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Dang. But y'all are inspiring me. Y'all are talking about making it right code. I don't even know what code is. And y'all are like, yeah, I had it right code to do my. You have an Iron Man suit
It's on the
already
way.
ready.
2027. Be ready.
My literally all I do is CAD, and that
That is pretty crazy that I can do CAD. Yeah.
I didn't, dude.
But like like I said, I haven't opened it yet.
Yeah, I doubt it's good.
It's probably pretty bad. Yeah. No. Okay. Now I say this. I'm not a degenerate gambler. Okay.
Give me the
Okay,
odds.
that was a
2
crazy way
days
to
ago,
open up.
2 days ago, um, the North Carolina Cash 5 lottery. Basically, it's one of North Carolina's biggest lotteries. You draw 5 numbers, 1 to 43. Okay. Um, and you win $100,000, something like that. Well, on their website, they have a CSV file of all of the drawings that they've ever done. And that goes back years. So it's hundreds, thousands of lottery numbers, seemingly obviously random. So I was like, whoa, what I could do is just download the file and then get averages on how many times, each number is drawn. You can see all that stuff if you manipulate it a certain way. So then I had ChatGPT I uploaded to ChatGPT and I had it tell me the averages for each number, like the chances. I had it run through a whole benchmark of information, and it was pretty crazy. And then it spit it back out to me in a Excel file, all the information I needed. So
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, I'm playing the lottery though. I'm in there. The only way to win is to play. That's what they say.
The only way to win is to play.
I'm not, but I don't do sports. I mean, well, recently I haven't.
You couldn't even finish the sentence.
Yeah.
I didn't do any March Madness sports betting. Isn't that crazy?
That's like an alcoholic being like, I have not drank all week. Like it just ended. Like a month ago. It was a month. Been good, man. I've been
I also
clean
state
14
we don't
days.
have sports betting in Oklahoma yet.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Yeah.
we had it. I don't think I would have done it.
Yeah. Dang, I literally thought ChatGPT, the only jobs they was gonna take was coding and graphic design or something. Nope.
I think it's the possibilities are you can ask it just about anything.
Yeah.
You can trick it into saying a lot of things too if you're just replace keywords and phrases.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Even like I think it's good for like not good, but even like short stories or something. Like I used it to if I'm playing a game, like I'm designing a kingdom or an empire or something. Oh, these are their traits. I want like a short background. Here are some key rulers. Make up like the house lore. It can do stuff like that. Um, I mean, like I feel like it does kind of repeat itself with some of them. It's not
Okay.
perfect. A human eye obviously could do more, but if I'm doing it, it's going to take too long. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
That there's
Hmm.
that I saw some tweet where it's like, I want AI to do my laundry and my chores so that I can do art and writing. I don't want AI to do art and writing so I can have more time for laundry and chores. And I think about that because like I feel like the things I use it for are like creativity, like free time. And I wonder if one day we are gonna get like we're gonna lose our ability to like be creative or like write because there's gonna be a point. I know a college kid. He said every essay he does now is on ChatGPT. Every single assignment he uses ChatGPT.
yeah, I think like it's definitely going to have like a detriment. I mean, I'm susceptible to it too. Like there are some things where
Yeah.
like an email or something like I'm not practicing like my writing as often as like people were 5 years ago when they're writing the same thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, if I could have a solution in like 20 seconds, just copy and paste, or I just proofread, maybe change like one or two things, and then I have
Yeah.
a coherent email. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I
I'm
definitely
gonna do
feel it with
it.
the email. I work from home a lot, so when I write an email at home, I don't have it talk to me. I convert my voice to text. So I yell at it, tell me write an email with this subject. But when I'm in the office, I can't yell at it, So I'm like, oh, actually, I have to type this email myself.
Have to respect it a little bit. That's funny.
I'm glad you know it's wrong then. I don't agree with how
No, no,
you
no, no, no,
treat
no, no.
AI.
I don't use it at all in the office, only because I can't yell at it. It makes no sense for me to type up my prompt in the chat GPT. I might as well just type it out.
Yeah.
Actually, write email. Be at home. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Well, I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't know the ethics of using it like the search stuff in terms of power. I'd rather just be ignorant.
You sound like a husband from the 1950s. Like, I don't bring her around you because then I can't yell at her. Like, like they're just abusive. Like, I don't know. Get back in the kitchen.
AC and Jasmine has told me several times they don't like the way I talk to ChatGPT. But then I just remind them it's a machine. Okay,
It's a machine.
it's a machine.
For how long though? What if
It's okay.
we're
It's
5 years away from it
it's
not
still
being a machine?
it'll always be a toaster. That's why I gotta remind it. See, you people. This is why I'm the one that have to remind it. It's a toaster. It's always gonna be a toaster. I don't want to get any big ideas.
All right. So with that, I will say there is a line, right? On Twitter, it, it was some crap that it was like Kai Cenat or something. And on one of his streams, they had bought some like robot that they were literally
They were
controlling with a
bullying.
remote. Yeah. And they were bullying the heck out of it. Like they were pushing it on the ground and like kicking it or whatever. And like people were not having it. They're like, oh my God, this is insane. I can't believe you would do this. Like it's like, yeah, like that feeling, like,
What the
what?
machine?
Yes. Yes. They were like,
That
this is putting it in pain. And
pain.
yeah, I mean, all of it.
So
It was crazy. And to that point, I'm like, all right, y'all are tripping. That's wild. Man, they're trying to get him canceled over a remote controlled robot.
You see,
mad at me for beating up my punching bag I bought.
Yeah, exactly.
Does an android like yourself experience fear?
That would be crazy. You program the android to experience fear just so you beat it up. But it's a machine. It's a machine.
It's a deep cut Vegeta quote.
oh wow, yeah, that is a Vegeta. Yeah, the androids. Dude, screw the androids, man. Right.
I haven't
That's
watched
crazy.
Dragon Ball, but I
That's
agree.
crazy.
In a Dragon Ball, can we get a One Piece update from everyone?
Nathan, I can't. I'm not watching One Piece.
Still an egghead. Actually, I think I'm done with egghead.
You know Elbaf yet?
No, I haven't read any of the recent chapters.
Okay, because you're waiting for color, right?
I prefer to read the color, yes.
Yeah.
I
feel like
it
that would
sounds
be a
like y'all
cool-
saying slurs right now.
I thought about color, like that might be a cool little pastime. Like, what if I just colored the black and white comics for them?
Someone's already done it, I thought.
Because it's
Yeah.
all fan. I think it's fans do it.
I think it was fans doing so. Some like group did the first like 99 volumes in color, but now I can't see the color scheme any other way than what they've done.
Right.
So I wouldn't like that.
Yeah. Because there's some. I was thinking about that. Like, I might color the guy completely wrong. Like, I might give him orange hair, and then I see it on the show and he has yellow hair, I'll be like, crap. People read my issue. Yeah.
Don't worry, there's Reddit groups dedicated to everything you just said. They're like, we noticed you used red 68321. That's not gonna cut it.
Dude, no
Because
one's
of that,
smarter than a guy on Reddit.
here's your IP address.
Yeah.
No one is smarter than a random guy on Reddit. They'll get you on anything. You
Wait,
ever
where you
wonder
at?
who they are in real life? These Reddit people. Like, what if they're walking among us? You know?
No, that's not true.
They are. My eye optometrist husband is a Redditor, like deep Redditor. It's crazy. He's like, yeah, man, I like to spend my time on cyber stuck. I was like,
Ugh.
fuck is that?
He didn't say r/cyberstuck.
You're right. He didn't say that, so he might not
Oh
be
wow. Okay, so
too.
he's not a true Redditor.
Yeah, you're
Wow.
right. You're right.
Mm.
He did not put the r/ in front of it. Yeah, it's crazy.
How far are you in One Piece, Stacey?
Well, I'm probably like, if I'm going by episode, probably like near the 50s, 60s, maybe
Oh,
just
50,
50.
60?
I know that's why I don't like saying it around people that watch One Piece because it's
Arlong Park, probably. Maybe.
yeah. I think we just finished that.
Oh, okay.
Look, see what I'm saying? Like you say,
It's nothing. Like
if you're a
And
sub,
it's like volume 10.
if you're sub episode 500, they're like, dude,
So why are you talking to me right now?
get your One Piece up.
Yeah, go
man.
watch the show.
One Piece
Not a
up.
real fan.
Hey, that sounds nasty. Get your One Piece up. Dude. Don't ever tell nobody to get your One Piece up, boy. Hey, yo, pause.
Hey. Yeah, no, that's pretty much the same. The way Nathan just like shoved it off. It's like, oh, it's just Arlong.
Dude, 50
Man.
episode 50 is yeah. I'm at like 1,000. I'm in chapter 1,124 right now. 1,124. Like that is. It's like at this point, it's like an obsession. It's so much. Look at Zay. You you have
AC
like
keeps asking me to put it on the Plex server, and I'm not going to.
It's just be an easy way to watch
know.
it because I don't have Netflix. I would read it. I have no problem reading it actually, but
Go ahead and read it.
is the colored? I don't want to read it black and white. Is the colored?
I got the colored for you. Don't worry.
episode 50. Yeah, you have colored up to 50, dude.
I have.
50,
I have-
bro. That's like a week's worth of
It's like
watching it.
up here in the 900s. We're drought because we can't get no damn color. You talking about? Yeah, dude. They about 1,000 different color variations.
Color that a decade ago.
I think I have colored version up to like chapter like 980 something.
Oh damn! I was close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
I need
episodes are
that.
like they came out in like 2001. Like
Yeah.
you're good. Like everything you have is available. It's been out for 25 years.
Translated into 500 different languages.
Dude, yeah.
You got it in Zimbabwe and get it in. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like you see like these soccer players from like Brazil and they'll be doing like One Piece emotes.
Yeah. That's really that. I don't like that. It's like every other like athlete is coming out and being like, I got this from One Piece. And I'm like, stop.
This is all before
Please.
or after the Great Shift.
Great shift. Can we talk about the Great Shift real quick?
I think y'all should make a video essay about the Great Shift and put that on the channel.
Like it was, unless it was like Dragon Ball, no one respected that you watched anime. Dragon Ball, and that was really it. Granted, I wasn't that into it because I don't think I was allowed to watch all of Toonami. But even then, I didn't get into Dragon Ball until like college, and then I watched Yu-Gi-Oh a lot though, Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. That was it.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, but those have never felt like they were anime. I always saw those as like TV.
Yeah,
But
Mm.
now when I like anime, I associate with like I don't know. I didn't associate with those with anime because they were card games. They were
You
Pokemon
could
was
say
like a
it.
game.
You could say commercial.
They were
yeah, it's
commercial.
commercial.
Yeah. But like Dragon Ball Z wasn't like a card game. One Piece isn't a card game or like a Yu-Gi-Oh like people were like going and getting Exodia or Blue Eyes White Dragon,
Yeah,
Blue Eyes White Woman, you know, Red Eyes Black Red Eyed Black Vampire and Creed. Or not Creed, Sinners.
Do you? Okay. Well, side note, real quick. How are the Yu-Gi-Oh card aftermarket sellings?
and
Can I
insane,
get? I can get good money if I got good cards.
100%, especially if they're in decent condition.
Oh shoot!
Really?
Yeah,
When I go home, I'm going in that attic. I got a Blue Eyes. I know I do from when the movie came
Come
out.
on. You know your dad already cleaned that out. He been sold those.
Yeah, that went ahead and sold the whole booklet for about $50.
I see one here, Blue Eyes White Dragon, $290.
Whoa,
It might be a
really?
special edition, but
My grandfather used to work at a movie theater, and when they came out
ah,
with that,
like the
yeah,
pyramid of light cards, probably.
uh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, probably like the shining blue eyes. It's probably what you had.
Yes,
I also had that one.
yeah. Okay, so that one I'm not getting a lot.
I think
The
it would
one,
like decent condition. Yeah,
okay, because yeah, they give out them packs at the movie theater. It was crazy.
yep. It's
dang.
funny enough though. I guess I'm gonna nerd out. Those cards are just awful in like regular play. Um, Nearly impossible to summon.
Did you have the arm
No, no,
thing?
I didn't have a dual disc. I wanted one though. Not gonna lie.
My cousin had one and I didn't have one, and it was like, yeah, we're not gonna play this. You trying to like he pulls out the
We're talking about it. That might be a recommendation for Rexflix. They'll
mm.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
go Yu-Gi-Oh on there.
You guys made me sick. See, the only anime I've watched and liked really is just Death Note. I don't really watch anime, which is crazy because see all this shit behind me. I don't like it.
Well, you watched a good you've watched probably
Yeah,
more than the average person.
yeah. Freshman year, that summer I tried quite a few different ones. I'm just not crazy about it, and I also like Persona. So how
I
does
was
that
about
work?
to say,
Yeah, how
I
does
was
that
about
work?
to you maybe like anime more than most people because you play Persona
Mhm.
to your detriment, I might add.
I graduated, didn't I? Look, I'm
Yeah.
here.
But Persona is an anime. It's a game.
Mhm.
But they also have anime
Yeah.
that go off of the game.
hmm
You like anime. That's you're talking about what? 5 Persona games, some remastered. Yeah. You don't need to
But
be like, I don't like anime anymore.
I mean,
Way
I'm
too
not
deep.
putting Dragon Ball, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh on Netflix. It's not going on that
If I
place.
ask for Persona, you gonna put it on there?
Yeah, Bub's on there.
I do want Persona on there.
What about the old Berserk? Yeah.
Ooh.
I
Have y'all
haven't
seen
watched
that?
it. No, I haven't watched it.
Woo!
Recommend reading Berserk.
Yeah. Whatever you got to do. Just don't watch like the new Berserks where they're like CGI or whatever.
Those
Or
aren't
watch
good.
the 90s. Oh.
Yeah, I can read it. They have color for the manga,
No, it
or
was
is
never done in color.
it never in color?
No,
I can read it. I've heard good things about that.
I think Berserk is the pinnacle of anime. Um, Not anime, manga. In my opinion, it's always bounces back and forth between One Piece and Berserk. Um, it always ends up with either one of those two for me, depending on how I feel. But Berserk will definitely make you feel.
And what about this American stuff though? What about Invincible? You got caught up on Invincible? Hmm?
Yes. Well, as far as reading it, yes.
Okay.
Oh, you can read Invincible? That might be better.
I think it's the way to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I say that, but I haven't. Yeah, I'm not caught up on the show. I've only watched season one.
Yeah, we started watching season 2 a few days ago. It's good. They're making some changes, but
Mhm. I saw the fight scene with Conquest in season three. Yeah, I'm just watching the scenes I liked in the comic. Um, they made some changes to Conquest that I enjoyed in this latest season, season three, and they learned their lesson. Last year, they had this like Walking Dead style 4 month gap in between part one and part two of the season two, and they lost all momentum. So they didn't do that this year. They learned their lesson.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm not watching the show myself because it is close enough to the comic where I think I got the gist, and I just hate Mark as a protagonist. So it's really hard for me to watch it.
Yeah, he makes some bad decisions.
Yeah,
But it's crazy. He hasn't made his worst ones yet.
I know, and I really when you're reading it, you can speed through it, but when you're watching it on TV, you're sitting there for an hour, you're shaking your head. I didn't get this mad at Walter White, like get mad at fucking Mark.
You guys like you guys keep saying, as someone that has not read it and I'm just watching along with it, you guys keep saying he hasn't done his worst yet. And that is so scary because he's done some really jacked up stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the worst decision making I've ever seen.
I think my issue is that like I just said, he makes worse decisions, and I don't think he actually pays the consequence for these
No, never
decisions
does.
because he's the strongest being on the planet, so no one can punish him, and I hate it.
He feels bad for like a day. And then yeah. Damn.
I also wanted to. I know we're pushing the time. I think Casey's gonna edit this one. I wanted to talk about Penguin, but I don't think Nathan finished the show yet. Nathan, no, Nathan,
You
come
even
on. That was my. I'll just say
Damn
that
it!
was my favorite TV show last year. That was really good. Did you watch it, Justin?
Only a couple episodes.
Oh, and you were able to stop?
Uh, yes.
I couldn't.
I'm terrible at finishing things I start.
Okay.
What was it that made you stop? Like what episode was it? 2? I feel like
Um,
you do have to get into like maybe halfway through it, and you're like,
2 or
I think
3
at that
maybe.
point, 2 or 3. Okay, I think when you're halfway through it, you start to get that feeling like, damn, actually, I can't not finish this, But
I felt that way halfway through the first episode. I think Penguin was such a compelling character. Mm.
yeah, I think I was like at episode 3, and after the second one, I was like, dude, I actually now have to see how you get yourself out of this.
Yes, I kept every 15 minutes like, how's he gonna get out of this one?
Yeah.
He keeps lying. He keeps
Stop.
85% of his dialogue was lying. Sometimes he was lying just for no reason. He got a call from Sal, and he's like, "Oh, Sal, just thinking about you." I'm like, why are you just say hi? Why are you lying to him? Just say hi. You don't have to lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mother's dead.
Did anybody see the second Joker movie?
Come on, Justin. No, I hated the first one.
Musical.
Cool.
Yeah, we saw that one.
Well, you saw it.
Whoa.
You said we
Oh.
saw it, so you went to the theater and saw
No,
it.
no. We saw it on HBO Max.
Oh, okay, good.
They still get that
Uh,
metric. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. All the movies that we want you to see. Whoa. How was it?
It was okay. Not good, but it wasn't bad.
No.
I hate that
Please.
I hate that that's how you spent 2 hours of a day.
Sometimes think of the other movie they could have watched.
Couldn't get you to see Thor: Love and Thunder.
I did see Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, you did?
Ugh.
I think I saw that in theaters.
I haven't seen
Okay.
that. Still haven't seen it.
Actually,
And that's bad.
well, hold on. Okay, I was on the It's Bad train, but I rewatched it like a month ago, and actually the ending of the movie is kind of good. It is kind of good. I don't know.
That doesn't make up for the journey.
I mean, they seemingly killed Zeus. It was just good, like just
I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch it.
The Olympians are basically what they are, It's just nice that he said, I think Zeus said something about like, oh, it's Thor. He said, you can't have me without you, or he's like, you can't, it was something like that, and he just kept playing into it. But
you watched Thor: Love and Thunder again, but you didn't finish X-Men '97. You
that
talking
show
about
was,
Justin watching Joker? You got here watching that twice. Ugh.
I'm trying to think why. Oh, it's just because I didn't, because I have to like download it on the Disney Plus app or whatever, and I only downloaded like the first 4 episodes. Yeah. I'm gonna finish it. It's good.
Man. Yeah, I just realized I didn't finish X-Men 97. These are like the best shows of 2024. I did not watch them. Or I didn't finish them.
Yeah, I think it'll be Penguin and X-Men for me.
Dang. Penguin, what was it? Penguin, X-Men, and then Shogun, right?
Yeah, that's on the list. Yeah.
I read Shogun. As a book, it's good.
Okay. I'm still stuck in the book. It's a little depressing for me.
Yeah, it's a little depressing.
It's a little depressing. Gotta watch some of these good ones. I'm missing out. I feel like I let the squad down. On Penguin, I only have like 3 episodes to go. Maybe 2.
Yeah, no, but it's been like 4 months.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess because we were talking to Nathan about that on PlayStation Party, and we were talking about the ending, and Nathan just was just nodding his head laughing.
Yeah.
And then we asked him, was like, wait a minute. Nathan, do you know about this? And then he said, you got me. I didn't finish. I was like, why are you lying? It's okay. Just why are you lying? You just like Penguin.
Oh, Penguin. Whoa.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun to do his voice, and I limp around the house like him.
Oh my god!
We're gonna do it. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get 47.
That's so good.
47 crepes of the mushrooms. Foist of all, because he does the foist. He does that. It's a weird little accent. It's so funny because his actor looks nothing like him. His actor has to put on like this ugly mask every time.
Pounds of makeup.
Pounds of makeup, and then he does this limp. And the limp is not like it's not like a normal limp. It's like his knees like buckle
Yeah,
I want him to go to a foot doctor. He just has to go. What did he take off? I think what he only took it off one time, and that was in the beginning. Takes off his
Mhm.
sock, and I was like, dude, please. See,
Yes. I
yeah.
saw an interview. Damn, I'm forgetting her name with his co-star, the Hangman.
Mm.
Um, she
Oh,
said,
you said
"Do you know
the.
her name?"
Oh no, I heard Hangman. I was thinking of Top Gun 2.
Oh no, I'm talking about the
Terrible.
woman, the co-star. She was talking about seeing him, during this interview circuit, and she was shocked because she's only ever seen him in the penguin outfit, so she didn't really know what he looked like.
She didn't even know
That-
him as a person.
Yeah, she did. She said that she didn't know him as a person. She didn't know what his real accent was like. She's only working with the penguin.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's good acting.
He won an award for it, right?
I hope so. I hope so. I heard someone say, a good director if they can take a bad actor and still make a good movie out of it. And then a good actor because they can take a bad director and still make a good movie. And just kind of to circle this whole conversation back, I don't think Michael B. Jordan's that good of an actor, but I think Ryan Coogler is so good of a director that he just puts him in good spots. Because I just keep thinking about how bad his accent was.
Yeah.
And how he does it, like every movie he pretty much plays the same kind of character.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, have y'all heard Ryan Coogler, like how he talks?
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh, okay. So he talks like Marshawn Lynch, like beast mode. Like
Really?
he has the thickest Oakland accent. Like, and it's funny because he'll go on these podcasts and interviews and stuff, and he'll say, "Yeah, so you know what I'm saying, like my vision for the movie, you know what I'm saying. We had to put
That's
Mike
crazy.
as a twin, and so he had a double, and we had a fantastic CGI team. And I was talking to my mentor on the phone, uh, Chris Nolan, and he had did this movie called Tenet, and it is funny like the way because he's like literally one of the greatest directors now of all time, and but he like when you hear him speak, he sounds like a dude in the hood. And he's talking about like, yeah, my mentor Christopher Nolan, he was telling me how he did Tenet. Like, dude, what the heck? Like, you've made now, like he made both Black Panther movies. He made all three Creeds. He made Fruitvale Station,
Really?
and now he's done Sinners. Like he's in history, he's already cemented. And
Hmm.
but yeah, he's such an interesting guy. Like he's so interesting, and his voice literally, I hate that none of y'all have heard him talk because I just nailed his voice. Honestly, I honestly just nailed his voice.
Yeah, no, you did a good like beast mode right now.
Beach mode, dog.
Just say like wait, what did he say after like the games? I I get paid to be here. I cannot remember.
I'm just doing this so I don't get fined.
Yeah,
I'm just here so I don't get fined. Yeah,
yeah. But that is pretty cool.
I wish
Brother made it out, you know.
he made it out, man, and he did not change anything about him. That's a cool thing. So yeah, Michael B. Jordan is also from California. I had to look that up because
Yes.
like there's no way he's from California and then grew up in Jersey or something. But yeah, there's no way he's ever spent a second in the South because he didn't get any. I don't know. I don't want to dwell on that because he did a really good job in the movie. But
Yeah.
Anthony
Like I said,
Hopkins.
it's like it goes from for me like I said, a 10 movie to a 9.5. It's still a really
yeah,
great movie. It's just one thing.
did y'all see it in IMAX or anything, or just regular?
And just regular.
Regular.
I saw it in IMAX,
Oh,
not the 70 milliliter thing that he was talking about, but yeah, it's the IMAX.
We're thinking of redoing it and going and seeing it again in IMAX because it's so and put more money in a black man's pocket.
Yes, instead of Minecraft.
Instead of
Mm.
yeah,
Minecraft.
nothing
Oh
wrong
yeah,
with
let's do a little
looking at
Minecraft segment.
Minecraft. All right. So if uh some people don't like that there's a Minecraft movie, and that's okay. Um, but it is just 100 minutes of Jack Black doing Jack Black things. Which I grew up with Jack Black. Perfectly happy to see him doing that. And then they have gosh, what's his name? Khal Drogo. I forget his legal name. Aquaman, whatever his name is.
Oh,
He's also in there.
Jason
Jason
something.
Momoa. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're doing their thing, and they really make the movie. You don't have to be a Minecraft fan to go see the movie. There's that. 'Cause I know there's a lot of Minecraft lore, and that is daunting for some. But can leave those
Mm.
fears at home. Just grab your popcorn, lean back in your recliner and just enjoy. There's music, uh, and chicken jockeys, and whoever edits this episode put in an explosion. Um, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Not a just straight up kids movie. Well, I mean, it is truly a straight up kids movie, but tolerable.
Did you watch the Super Mario movie? Super Mario Brothers?
Yes.
How would it compare to that one?
I think it's about the same.
Okay.
Same,
I
if
didn't
not a
watch
little better.
I didn't watch that one either.
Evan and I were talking about this 2 days ago. Minecraft, I think, is now like Jack Black's like sixth highest grossing movie. It's made more money than like some of the Kung Fu Pandas, which is insane.
Oh wow.
Really? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, we knew it was gonna happen. Minecraft's a big franchise.
yeah.
Mm.
But of course I can never see it.
But the noses on the people, like
Yeah,
they
you got
looked ugly.
and they are the villagers are ugly, and
Yeah,
they
no
can't
Squidward nose.
literally can't talk, so it's okay to talk about them.
So those weren't like main characters; those were just like side characters or something.
No, they're truly NPCs.
Oh wow, okay, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with them.
Don't have to deal with them. Jeez, I can't even fathom.
Yeah, I know you said it's okay. I don't believe you. I don't
When
believe
did you go see the movie? Was it prime family viewing time? Like kids throwing
uh,
popcorn?
so we did go see it. It was like Friday, late Friday afternoon or late Friday afternoon. There were some kids there, and we did sit on a row with some kids. Yeah, they sometimes they get a little rowdy. They didn't ruin
Yeah.
the movie though.
Okay. Well, look, I think that has to add to it a little bit. Steve, right, and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, came out, and I only so I played. It's weird. I played a lot of Minecraft, but on the iPad.
Yeah.
So my Minecraft knowledge in terms of crafting is really shallow because the iPad
Yeah, the
did a
recipe's
lot
already
of it
done
for
for
you.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of my Minecraft experience is on the Xbox 360, and yeah, the recipe is
Yeah.
already done for you.
Right. So any PC Minecraft person will honestly embarrass you if you tried to have, and I did once try to have a conversation with a Minecraft PC person, and no, they were like, yeah, nah, you didn't really play. I
Yeah,
was like,
see, so I never played Minecraft. So what do you mean the recipe's already done?
uh, it's like all your items, like the diamond swords or whatever.
Hmm.
You need certain items to you have to put them in. You have like a 3x3 grid. You have to overlay that grid with like your raw materials, and then if you put them in the right order, then you get a that piece of equipment like out on the other side.
Hmm.
Um, the 360 version will pre-populate that 3x3 grid for you. So you just click the item, and now all of a sudden you have that in your inventory. But
Okay.
on the
Yeah.
PC version, you got
You
to
have
put
to
it in yourself.
memorize. Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
Mhm.
there's no guide.
Yeah. And on the PC, you get more servers,
Mhm.
more custom stuff.
Get mods.
Yeah, mods. I don't know about the 360, but like the iPad, at least back in like 2013 when I had it, they did not have like a lot of public stuff. So like Minecraft Hunger Games, which was the one thing I actually wanted to play and never
Yeah.
could.
Hmm.
Um, we didn't have that on the iPad, you know.
It's funny you mentioned that. Back in like middle school, I think I had like designed a Minecraft Hunger Games like world. Like some friends were gonna come over and play. Like I built a little arena. Took
Oh,
like
nice.
weeks. Um, but
Second job. Yeah.
it was literally a second job. And then like I had like another map which I was building like a truly just like a gigantic castle. And at some point I got bored with moderating Minecraft or the Hunger Games and was like, hey, we're gonna actually just go work on my castle. Um,
Wait, when
and
did you say this was?
like middle school.
Minecraft was around in middle school?
Middle school,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it came out when we were in like college.
No.
No.
Been
You
around
serious?
a little while, yeah.
The earliest I remember seeing it was like freshman year in high school. I didn't know it was out in middle school.
Let's see.
Is it like a PC game?
On PC, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that might be why I never had
First
any idea.
version's 2009, November 2011. So maybe it
2009?
was, yeah. Maybe it was high school, early high school. I don't know.
2009 we were in middle school.
Yeah.
That would have been sixth grade.
Yeah. It was a sleepover, and then like 4 to 5 hours of it was digging cobblestone to put into a castle. Which, if you haven't played the game, it's menial labor. Quite literally digging up rocks.
All right, so what do you give the score so Nathan can put it in
I'm
there?
gonna give it a 5.5.
We're doing this? We're putting
I
And
know
putting
you
it
were
in
gonna
there.
try to not to you were gonna
Yeah,
I
put
noticed
Minecraft down
you were gonna
for
put
Justin.
some legitimacy to
Commits everyone else to watching.
I'm sorry. I can't. I actually can't.
All right, let me Sinners. Wow, I'm going from Sinners to Minecraft. Let's see. What was your score?
Give it a 5.5.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. And so 5.5, that puts it equal to Harriet.
Ah.
And Sonic, equal to Harriet and Sonic
Sonic may be higher.
for Justin. Yeah, you had a Bad Boys for Life. You gave a 4.5,
Yeah, that it deserved that.
and Tall Girl, you gave a 4.5. Us, you gave a 5.
I believe y'all actually watched that
Us?
movie. Damn, you gave us a 4 point. What did
Just
you not
saying,
like about it?
Minecraft's now better than us for you. It's crazy.
Minecraft
might have
will be
been.
higher than
Mhm.
us.
Might have been better than us.
We
I have to go back and listen to that
Of course,
episode.
it was
There's
better
something
than
in that movie that you didn't like.
You must have been having a bad day that day.
Yeah, I'm
What
Give
about
us
us?
a five.
Us, they over-explained it. They should have over-explained
thinking I have to go revisit Tall Girl.
it. Justin, please.
No, yeah.
I need y'all to watch X-Men 97. Justin, you need to finish Penguin. All right.
Oh, how about Spider-Verse? I see Void Until sequel for Spider-Verse 2.
Mhm.
They just released a trailer saying that it's coming out in 2026.
I don't believe it.
I
But it's
can't
2020,
imagine.
2027.
I can't imagine Shamik Moore and Haley Steinfeld reading their lines together.
They
Well,
won't be.
they probably never read. Voice actor, you rarely read your lines together. Usually always separate.
which
Even
which is one of the reasons it makes his whole act so much cringe.
Yeah, because on the whole tour, that's probably like the first time they've been in the
Yeah.
same room together.
And he kept saying, just like every time I look at her and just reading the lines, and it just made it so
That
just
would
made it
never
so
happen.
hard, Haley.
Yeah. That movie's never coming out, Nathan.
That's unfortunate.
we needed to come out.
It's
It-
never
And
coming out.
people
was that
aren't letting up.
2022? Wait, what?
People aren't letting up. They're still not only bringing it up, but they're comparing the interviews between him and her and Michael B. Jordan
Yeah.
and her and Shamik. So I think after a certain while they're gonna be like, listen, this movie's just not coming.
I mean, we do have the alternate Spider-Man in case he crashes out and he can't do his lines. Whoever was on the Kai's chat, the
Mhm.
Brooklyn Spider-Man.
NPC,
Oh, yeah.
NPC Spider-Man.
NPC
NPC
Spider-Man.
That would be so funny if we start watching Spider-Verse, like the next Spider-Verse movie, and we're like, wait, this voice sounds different. This is the other kid. And then he just starts cussing out of nowhere.
I think they have to. What else are they gonna do? They can record it, but then they just can't promote the movie at all. Because
Yeah.
they can't promote this man. Actually ruining it.
Like the second they release a trailer for this movie, the meme makers are going to get to work.
Anything else, y'all? This is a great return, I think.
Yeah.
For the Knuckle
We never
Sandwich
left.
podcast. What'd you say?
So we never left.
Never left. Yeah. What do we?
Making
Yeah.
moves in silence.
Yeah, we've actually been uploading every week for the past 3, 4, 5 years, and if you're missing those episodes, something's wrong with your device. So I'd get your device checked out because we definitely have been uploading every week, every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Yep, check your device.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely have enough tape.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We appreciate you all listening. If you tuned in for this long, you know how it goes. All right, we'll see you when you see you.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We might have a part 2 to the Nathan
Oh my God.
Stinkzilla saga.
I was gonna say the Ballad of Nathan Martin.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.